this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes.
Okay, so this is my first ever story time, so don't judge me if I tell the story wrong or like I missed the plot or whatever. But like this is the story time where I almost got like kidnapped slash sexually assaulted slash misgendered. Okay. So this story time takes place in 2017, December the 16th. And you know, Uzi, the 16th, you know, kuyaniwa, it's going down. But let me go back, like back before then. So for that year, 2017, I wanted to go to, you know, the ghetto, the township, because I've never spent December there. Like if I was spending December there, like I was there for like, you know, Christmas, and I was there for like 1 hour, then I left. But like that year, I wanted to spend the 16th there because I know Gucci, the 16th, kuyanyiwa, fine, sharp. So growing up, I used to go to the ghetto, and like that's where all my cousins, my family lives. So I used to go visit. So when I visited, like when I was growing up, like, you know, I was ugly, man, you know. I never got asked out, you know. I was ugly. And I acknowledged that I was ugly, you know. But when I came back, you know, like I came back after like not going anymore because of school, and like I was a prefect in 2017. So after those years, obviously people knew who I was because I was always there. So then after those years, 2017, I came back. So when I came back, I came in December. So I looked different, but like people could notice who I was because of the house I was going to. So they noticed, Uzi, it's Stelo. So I came back, I'm looking better than ever. Like, you know, I'm sexy. Plus I've gained weight in other places. You know, like if you look at my Instagram, you'll see. So like I'm good looking or whatever. So the 16th comes. Fine, the day goes okay. And now I'm waiting for my favorite cousin. You know, we all have that favorite cousin. So then now on the 16th, I'm waiting for my favorite cousin to arrive at my granny's house. Fine. So while I was waiting for my favorite cousin to arrive, then like I was excited, man, because it was my first time in the ghetto. You know, the 16th, kuzoniwa. So you know what I did? I took a bath and then I wore my 16th of December clothes because you know you have to buy clothes for that day. So I wore my clothes fairly. You know, I'm looking gorgeous, man. Like I'm wearing this jean, this tight skinny jean with like holes in it, and then I'm wearing this a jacket like this, but it was green, and a green t-shirt and some green Vans. You know, I'm looking cute or whatever. I'm feeling myself. Okay, sharp. So I get ready at number 1. So you know, because that's the time I would get ready when I was at home. So I get ready number 1. Now I'm walking down the street. People are not dressed. You know, they dressed in they are like pajamas. They are dressed in normal clothes. You know, they don't look like they're getting ready to go places or to go to school. Fine. Then I realized my cousin tells me that I got ready too early. People are not going anywhere yet. Fine. I'm like, people have already seen me. There's no reason for me to go back and change and then change back again. So I wore my clothes the whole time. So my cousin sends us, like she's older than me, way older than me. So she sends us to the mall to go buy bread with my cousin's child. That's another thing, you know. But my cousin's child is like 2 years younger than me. So then we go to the mall to buy bread, and while we're going there, people that I used to chill with, well, I do not chill with, they were like my cousin's children's friends, which like my cousins have older children that are older than me. So it's their friends and they are older than me. So then they saw me and they greeted me. I'm like, oh, okay, hi. It's my first time seeing them after a while. Fine. So then 6 p.m. strikes. My favorite cousin comes. Okay, I'm excited, I'm ecstatic. Fine. So now me and my favorite cousin, like, we zularing. We going places, people are busy stopping us, they're looking for our numbers, I'm feeling confident, because I never got this experience before because I was always at home. Plus, when I came there, nobody would ask me out because I was ugly. So it's at night now, people are grooving. So me and my cousin, we gallivanting, we walking around. Okay, sharp. This old friend, but like he was not really my friend. He was like my cousin's children's friend. But like we used to chill all together when we were still kids. Okay, he comes from behind and he's like, Stella, can I talk to you? I'm like, okay. Then he's like, but meet me there by the old flats. There was like this other old abandoned flats, Then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go. No, I'm like, I'm not gonna go. Then he was like, okay, meet me by the streets or whatever. Then I'm like, okay. Like when I go home, when I go to my cousin's house to like get ready to meet him, when I get ready to meet that person, I'm like, hi, let me not go. What if, something happens to me? What if I get raped? I can tell the future, man. I can tell the future. What if I get raped? Okay, then I don't go. And then after that, I hear someone screaming, Stelo, outside the house. Then I go outside, then it's him. Then he was like, yeah, how? You said you're gonna meet at the street. Then I was like, yeah, we are. But like, I had to take care of something. Okay, he was like, fine. He was like, come, let's take a walk. We took a walk. Fine. He's busy saying, yeah, so your cousin, I like her. What. And now, as the walk is continuing, like we're taking a walk. Now there's no one, like you see, it's quiet, it's abandoned, like no one's around. He stops, he's like, Stella, I've been really keeping my eye on you. Then I'm like, oh, okay, like it's my first time someone is confessing their feelings to me, because I was shocked, but like, Stella, I've been really keeping my eye on you, Nan. Then he's like, but wait, come closer. I step closer, but I'm not like close, I was practicing social distancing by then, So then we're not like close. So he's like here, I'm like here. He's like, come closer. I step. Then he's like, no, come closer. I step. Then this man pulls me. He pulls me. And then now I'm like, it's chest on chest now. I'm like, hey, what's happening, But I'm not thinking more of it. Then he's like, I like you. He starts whispering in my ear. I'm like, I like you. Like, as a person, a person would like push them away or whatever and like slap them and run away or scream. You know what I did, Since it was my first time this thing was happening, 2017, you know what I did? I was like, no, stop. Let's go to a more private place and you can talk to me fine, I wanted to see what was going on in his head because it was my first time. I thought it was a joke or it was like a day or whatever. So I was like, no, stop. Let's go to a quiet place so you can tell me more. Then he's like, okay. Then he's like, yeah, Stella, I like you, but like I can't tell my friends that I like you because they're gonna judge me. I'm like, oh shame. Then he's like, yeah, give me a kiss. I'm like, no, I'm like, no. Then he's like, okay, Stella, can I just put it in once and take it out? I'm like, Like it's just gonna be in and out and then we're done. Please, please, please. I'm like, the fuck? Because I knew this guy from when we were little. Now he's, I was so flabbergasted. So then after that, I was like, no. Plus, I don't want to get HIV. So then I left him and then I ran. I did not walk because I was scared that he might grab a brick and throw it at my head. So I ran. I ran home. Okay, fine. But when I got to the door, I started walking slowly so I can act like nothing happened. So that's number one. So I'm like, I'm still shocked, Like I'm still shocked. I'm still shook. But then I act like nothing happened, and my cousin asked me. She was like, "What was he saying?" Then I was like, "No, he was just asking how I was." None. Fine. She lets it slide. Then the next altercation. Now this is where I almost got kidnapped. So we go to the park. Kids don't go to parks at night. We go to the park, me and my cousins. So we're going, we're chilling, people there are smoking happily. Some are there drinking alcohol. They're having, they're enjoying themselves. Me and my cousin, we just on our phones, we like minding our own business, but at the same time, we vibing to the music that the other people were playing. Fine. So then now, after that, we like got bored, and then we went home, to like watch like a movie. But we were gonna go out, but we wanted to go back home and watch a movie, like one movie, because we were gonna stay up the whole night. So then we went and we watched the movie. Now I go outside because I get a call. My phone starts ringing. I go outside, I get a call, I answer. So then now I'm talking to this friend, I'm not gonna stand in one place, like, yeah, mama. So I'm moving, I'm walking, I'm talking to my friend, we're catching up. Fine. So while I'm walking, I see this car come from behind of me. I see this car. I don't think much of it, I think Uguti, they're going to groove or whatever. So when this car, is passing, it starts going slow. Like now it's in front of me, but it starts going slow. I'm walking, I'm minding my own business. I'm not thinking much of it because, mind you, it's been a while since I've been at the ghetto. So I don't know anything. I've been in the suburbs for the longest. So I don't know anything. Obviously, you must check out for cars like that, whatever. That time I'm, Vans, nan. I look rich. So I'm in the ghetto, I'm walking, I'm on the phone. This car starts going slowly in front of me. I don't think much of it. I think I'm minding my own business. So then now, I think they were like debating on who's gonna go outside the car. So then, one of the guys in the back seat, he came out of the car and was like, "Give me your phone." Then, I just looked at him. I was like, "Bitch, like I was brave. Pella, I come from the suburbs. I was brave. I was like, bitch, who the fuck are you, Then I'm like, no. Then he's like, give me a phone. Then he took out his gun. Yo, funny thing, guys, I've never told anybody about this. He took out his gun, but I thought it was a toy gun. He took out his gun. And I'm like, very scared. I was brave. Yo, sis, I was so brave. He took out his gun. Then he was like, give me your phone. Then I just gave him my phone, and then he dropped the call. He was like, get inside the car. I'm like, no. Then he was like, get inside the car or I'll kill you. Then I'm like, no, the fuck. And then luckily someone like was still awake and they heard what was going on. So they opened the door, and when they opened the door, they saw that someone was opening the door. Then they dropped my phone, and then they went inside the car, and then they left. I didn't really think much about it. It was not that traumatic, But at the same time, like now, every time I go somewhere, I look behind me. And that's on paranoia. But anyway, then the next altercation was when I got misgendered. Yes, sis. So then as the night, continued, now it's the 17th, like it's midnight, so it's like 3 a.m. That's when people, some people are coming back, what. So there was this group of guys, they came back from groove or whatever, they drank or whatever. This one person, that there's that one person in the group that can't handle alcohol. So the way he was so drunk, right? Like he was beating up people, he was breaking glasses or whatever. So fine, I don't think much about it. I just continue walking. I walk. I see him beating people. We mind our own business. I mind my own business. So then now, that was the era of people girls cutting their hair, dyeing their hair. Now they have this Kendrick. So I'm walking. That time, I got fat, the asses. Yeah. So now this guy, it's like, hey, sissy, what's hala? Then I just mind my business because I didn't think they were talking to me. I'm walking. Then he's like, hey, what's hala? Then I look back and then I'm like, yini. Then he was like, hey, umfana o intombazane. Then he starts grabbing my hand and he held it so tight. It was like so painful and I couldn't let go. Normally I'll just like leave my hand, but I couldn't let go. Ngapa he has a bottle in his other hand. He's like, umfana o intombazane. Then I'm like, umfana. He did not hear that part. Then he's like, umfana o intombazane. Then my cousin, I was walking with my cousin. I couldn't walk alone. So my cousin was like, hi, intombazane. Then he was like, hi, I'm fine. And then he wanted to hit me with the bottle. But luckily his friends ran and stopped him from hitting me with the bottle. I could have died. And then while they keep stopping him or whatever, he starts to loosely let go of my hand. So while he's, letting go of my hand, my cousin, he's not holding her, so she's free. So while he's letting go of my hand, Gangani, I just rip my hand away from his hand, then I run. While I'm running, this man is drunk, but he runs fast. So while I'm running, Angiri is drunk. So now I'm running. Instead of chasing me, he's chasing my cousin. So me and my cousin go separate ways. I go to the right, she goes to the left. So then now that I see he's chasing my cousin, I start running, I start sprinting, then I stop, then I go back to the house. I'm such a bad cousin. I go back to the house, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna meet her then. While I'm walking, she's already there. I don't know how she got there fast, but she's already there. So I'm walking slowly, because I realized he's no more following me, which was a dumb decision. I just should have walked fast. So then now, one of the friends that were stopping him from beating me up also kind of followed me, type of things. He ran, but I didn't see him. He kind of followed me. So then now I'm walking. He's like, hey, hello sis. Hi, mina angeke ngishaye, ngifuna ukukhuluma nawe. Baby. Guys, I picked up a rock and I threw it at him and I ran. I ran home to lock the door and then, I started laughing because it was funny that this was all happening to me. That time, nobody knew this happened to us, / me. So, that's what pretty much happened. Hey, that was a crazy time of my life. And after that day, I learned, Uguti, you must be careful in these streets, especially the ghetto. It's dangerous, guys. But anyway, don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Peace.